Hello and welcome to Norwal Farm. Michael Walsh and Roger Norgel here. In this video, we've got a number of different odd jobs that we needed to do. We're getting ready for winter, and we've got the sheep out on the hay field, the 13-acre hay field. So we've been setting up pastures for those paddocks, and then we rearranged some of the hay today. So thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're alerted of any new videos that we release, and please hit the like button. That helps our channel. And if you would, please share this video with a friend and leave us a comment. Thanks again for joining us at Norwal Farm. It's the second day of Lambert being in with the ewe lambs, and one came in heat last night and she's being bred today. I adjusted the harness fitting on him and it's working much better. I just think I had it on backwards, even though it was on his chest. It's riding up higher on his brisket now. You can see it right there, whereas before it was between his front legs. So it seems to be working much better, because green was the one that actually didn't work too well. I started right there at that corner post, and we're taking up all this temporary fence, and it goes all along the wetlands and goes all the way up to the permanent fence up by the run-in shed. So I think there's 3 or 4 strands down here, so we'll get this all taken in today for winter. So that's the area down there where we've taken all the fence out. Now we're working up here, and I think it starts right there somewhere, the next one, and it goes all the way around there, down there, and over to the fence. So we've probably had a good 1/4 mile of fencing, getting it all taken up today. And that's the last strand finally. We just got some posts down there to gather up. We're putting the finishing touches on our new portable shed. The ends here had a little overhang, so we're tucking all the eaves up on each end with fiberglass. And then we actually put a board along the outside, 2 boards actually, to stop the draft from that direction. So we'll be all set for winter. So we put a 1x6 underneath, and then a 1x8 full length, because this hung over and it was just an open, probably about 8 inches between the top of the siding and then the top of the roof. So put that up to block the majority of the draft. A little bit of air will still get through, and that's not a bad thing for ventilation. So this is all done. That's weather treated lumber, so we should be okay. It's in the low 50s today after we worked on the building yesterday, and the light rain. You might be able to see the sprinkles on the video. And the goats are all in the shed. They can't take the cold and the rain like the sheep can. And you can see the sheep are out on the pasture. A lot of them laying down. They have full bellies, but there's some on the far hill over there that are grazing. So they've got plenty of pasture out there. So it's really nice to see them enjoying themselves, and obviously the dogs don't mind the cold or the rain. They're all taking their nap. It's Monday, November the 4th, and I'm setting up some new fence. Sheep have been on that section about they went on October the 31st, so 4 or 5 days. And they're pretty well grazed. I'll show it to you once I get over there. They're calling a lot today, so that tells me they're hungry. So we're going to give them this next section, and this should last them again another 4 or 5 days. You can see the green here, but you look at the lower stem here, my hand, there's no leaves on that stem. So there's only leaves on about the top 4 or 6 inches. So the goats go along and eat that. Then there's growth underneath, and the sheep go along and eat that lower growth. So they're complementary grazers. They don't go after the same forages. But you can see how much browner that is over there where they are. And I'll give you a closer look when I get over there. In this side-by-side comparison, you can see how much greener this side is as compared to this side. And this was the same as the left here 4 days ago. So that's how much they grazed off. We come over here, you can still see a lot of the stems, but they have nipped off the tops where all the leaves were, and then they leave the lower part And then sheep graze down closer to the green foliage down below. So they really well cleaned this up. And they were vocalizing a lot today. They were hungry. So that's another indication it's time to change paddocks. When they start crying to you, that lets you know that they're hungry. And you can see these dorpers right here. They're just really going to town on the longer alfalfa, the tops, and eating all those leaves. So that's good to see that. So hopefully this paddock, it's about the same, maybe not quite as big as this one, so probably 2 to 3 days on this one, and then we'll just move to another one. This is our daily goal, to have them contently grazing. Whenever you come out, they should either be grazing or resting and chewing their cud. If they're vocalizing or up moving around and more of them are vocal than what should be, then that's a clue that they're probably hungry and need a new paddock. But as you can see in here, there's nobody vocalizing. They're all busy eating. And that's our daily goal, to have them happy and content. Our new ewes are settling in well. They're getting down to routine. We're still giving them grain, just a little bit morning and night. They're eating their hay much better. Got fresh hay in there tonight. We've had them, it was a week ago yesterday that we got them, and their cough's all gone and everything. They're eating good. So we're going to give them their first Clostridium perfringens type C and D toxoid and a tetanus toxoid today. It's a combination vaccine. Clostridium perfringens is the bacteria that causes what they call overeating disease or pulpy kidney disease. Sudden changes in diet or stress can trigger a digestive upset, and that bacteria overgrows and produces a toxin that can kill them. So you vaccinate them with a toxoid. It's a vaccine of the toxin that they produce, and that makes them immune to the effects of that bacteria. So they've never had it. So we're going to give them their first dose today, and then they'll get another dose in about 3 weeks, and then an annual booster every year. We'll probably booster them again next spring before they lamb, probably in March before they lamb in April. That way it gets their immune levels up in their colostrum, the first milk that the lambs nurse from, and that gives the lambs temporary immunity from mother's milk. So that's our plan, so we'll get that done this afternoon. Okay, we got them crowded in here, and I can just give them all, it's 2 cc's subcutaneously. Right there. And we'll get that done. We're using this old hay for bedding. It's kind of poor quality grass hay, so decided to keep it for bedding, and they're munching on a little bit of it, which I'll just give them added roughage, but it's good bedding for them. We bought this hay here. I thought it was better quality than it is, so we're going to use it for straw as well. So I think there's about 40 bales or 50 maybe. So we're putting it on the loader. I'm going to stack it up above there where all the bedding is. And then this is really good grass hay. So once I move that out of there, then I got to stack this over in the corner. And then we're getting 5 large bales of really good alfalfa, and we'll put it right here. Put the large bales here. And then we're getting another, I think, 50 or 60 bales of really good small bale alfalfa, and we'll just stack it on top of the grass hay over here. So just got to kind of rearrange this today. Got all that hay stacked over there, some of it up on top there, and the rest of it across the front. So this corner's open over here. Now we're going to stack all this over there. So we got that stack moved. It's over there in the corner, much neater. And we're going to get some smaller or some more small alfalfa hay, and we'll just stack that on top of that because we want to feed that small bale alfalfa first to the newborn lambs when they're born or when they set up the creep. So that'll give us easy access. And then here we'll have 5 bales, large bales, And we can go 3 high against the wall and then 2 high. So that'll give us just a nice area to stack this, because I wanted to leave enough space to come over probably to about here for our gates for the ewes this winter. So we're going to want more space than we had last year. So this should work out pretty well. Taking Lamborghini up, read to his ewes. Fortunately, he's halter broke. He'll lead on a halter, which makes it a lot easier to get him up there. Just put him in there, a little bit nervous. He'll settle down. We've got him in with the ewes, and he was pretty excited. They're not in heat. Just close quarters, and he was able to jump them and mark them. So I think what I'll do is change the crayon color here in a couple of days. I should have put it without the harness on, or put him in with harness and no crayon, but he's settling down now. He's eating, and just the excitement of being in with some new ewes. They're not in heat yet, but shouldn't be too long.